Across Africa, colonialism did more than redraw borders. It reshaped how people learned, governed, and communicated. In most countries, European languages replaced local ones. English, French, Portuguese. They became the languages of schools, government, and opportunity. But Somalia followed a different path. To understand why, we have to go back before colonial rule. Pre-colonial context. Before the British and Italians arrived, Somali society was already linguistically unified. The vast majority of Somalis spoke Somali. There were dialects, yes, but they were mutually intelligible. One language connected nomads, traders, elders, poets, and clans. Somali culture relied on poetry, oral law, storytelling, and lineage. History was remembered, not written. Authority was spoken, not printed. This meant Somalia did not need a foreign language to function as a society. Colonial period. When colonial powers arrived in the late 19th century, they introduced Italian and English for administration. But these languages never fully penetrated Somali society. Most Somalis lived in rural and nomadic communities. Colonial schools were limited and urban. Italian and English stayed mostly in offices, courts, and cities. Somali remained the language of the home, and history shows a clear rule. When a language survives in the home, it survives. Elsewhere in Africa, the situation was different. In places like Nigeria or Kenya, dozens, sometimes hundreds, of languages existed within one territory. Colonial administrators imposed English or French as neutral tools to govern diverse populations. Over time, these languages became power. Education required them. Jobs required them. Government required them. Parents adapted by teaching their children the colonial language first. Local languages did not disappear violently. They faded quietly, generation by generation. Somalia largely avoided this process. Independence and choice. After independence in 1960, Somalia faced a decision shared by many. African states continue governing in colonial languages or attempt something far more difficult. In 1972, Somalia made its choice. The government declared Somali the official national language of the state. Not alongside Italian, not alongside English. Somali alone. This decision required action, not symbolism. A standardized Latin-based writing system was adopted. Textbooks were printed in Somali. Schools switched to Somali as the language of instruction. Government, courts, and national programs followed. A nationwide literacy campaign reached urban and rural communities alike. For the first time, many Somalis learned to read and write in the language they already spoke. Literacy rose rapidly. Access widened. The state spoke the language of its people, meaning and impact. This was more than administrative reform. For decades, African languages had been dismissed as unsuitable for modern life. Somalia challenged that belief directly. Poetry, oral history, and